Hello and welcome everybody. This is Sergio. I'm going over the video recap lecture now, interpreting your AdWords data to improve performance. We're going to go ahead and dive into a AdWords account here that I've been working on for quite a while and cover some of the most important steps when analyzing an AdWords account for its performance. AdWords, as opposed to Google Analytics, is going to help you understand the performance of your campaign and the way you've set it up. For example, you can check the way the ads are performing. If you have remarketing ads or if you have just standard search ads, you can kind of see how those are performing, how your keywords are performing. And when I say performing, I'm talking about metrics like the clicks, the impressions, the click-through rate, the average cost per click, the cost that you've spent on that keyword or campaign in this table-style report system here. And if you click on the little linear graph button here, you can, of course, plot some nice little points on the graph. You have the ability to choose what the blue line and the orange line will be, such as right now it's using conversion rate for the blue line, and for the orange line, it's clicks. But you can toggle between these options here and change, say, clicks to average cost per click, and change this blue one here to clicks if you want instead. And a lot of other things that you can do with this linear graph. What I want to go over right now, first and foremost, are how to analyze your conversion rates. You should have already set up your conversions. You can double check by going to Tools, then Conversions, and seeing what conversions are being recorded. If you didn't set them up yourself, you should have your phone calls, your form submissions, of course, live chats if you have a chat system, and of course, if you're selling products, transactions. So going back, we could see that the transaction or the conversions are being tracked in this account. We should see conversion data in some of the columns here. For example, this one has the conversion data here, conversions, number of conversions, and the conversion rate, as well as the cost per conversion. Sorry, this is the number of converted clicks and the actual number of conversions that are counted, which are a little bit different. You can kind of see the difference here. See how many times your ads and customers are actually defined as valuable, such as a sales or leads, as opposed to this is how many clicks resulted in one or more conversions. So I guess it's kind of a bit of a differentiation there as far as how many unique conversions or unique converters rather, as opposed to actual conversions. And the conversion rate's really great to see. You can, of course, attribute the conversion rate to a campaign level. If you drill down into a certain campaign, you can also see that conversion data at the ad group level. As you can see here, this is a surgeon that does all kinds of different cosmetic surgery procedures, and we've created ad groups with those different types of procedures in mind. So we can see which of the ad groups here are performing better. I can maybe sort by conversion rate by clicking on the header and see that the butt implants procedure is converting at 18.18%, and so is the tummy tuck surgery ad group. So those are the top two performing ad groups from a conversion standpoint within this city or this New York specific campaign. And if we click on the, say, tummy tuck surgery keywords, the ad group's name is tummy tuck surgeon, and you can see that some of these keywords here are very specific. Tummy tuck surgeons in New York tummy tuck surgeons, and all kinds of really long tail ones. It seems to be getting some pretty good performance here. So what I would generally do is dive into an account and start looking at, from a campaign level at the top first, which campaigns are performing the best, which campaigns are performing the worst, by sorting with the conversion rate column here from highest to low. And if I start to look at the ones at the bottom here, and see that there's a significant amount of spend on some of them that are not maybe performing nearly as well, then I'll start investigating why that might be and looking into ways to improve that. If not, just turn off the campaign that's performing poorly over time if there's just simply no way to improve it. Generally, there are some things that you can do, and this is just a great way to start working at improving your campaign's performance. Maybe you want to add some negative keywords because you're getting a lot of bad traffic. to one of your campaigns to help improve that conversion rate. And to do that, what we can do is simply drill into one of these campaigns, for example, this Bronx campaign, where we have the settings set up to target, as you can see here, 5 miles around the Bronx. So anybody that's 5 miles near the Bronx will see these ads. And there are several ad groups pertaining to the different types of surgery they add, each of which contain keywords related to Bronx, or simply that surgery, I'm assuming. In this case here, the Bronx keywords. And what we can do is look at the keywords tab, and then by default it's going to the keywords that you have set up to show ads. But if you click on search terms, you'll see the actual search queries that were used. So I see that there are some keywords here, such as butt lift surgery, best plastic surgeon for Brazilian butt lifts and why, does any insurance cover butt lift surgery? And these are probably keywords. This one right here specifically, does any insurance cover butt lift surgery? One might conclude that someone looking to use insurance is probably on a budget and cannot afford to do it without insurance coverage. And I don't think that many insurances will cover a butt lift. So maybe in this case, you want to put a negative keyword of insurance so that you don't get keywords where people are looking to pay with insurance for your butt lift campaign. You can click on this one and add it as a negative keyword by clicking add as negative, or you can choose to add it as a regular keyword by clicking add as keyword. You'll be able to choose the match type by putting either brackets around it to choose exact, or quotations around it to choose the phrase match, as I explained in the earlier lectures. You should know the difference between the two now. And that'll allow you to basically choose between adding negative keywords or keywords to continue working with in the future that have not already been added to your list. So that's one of the best practices for analyzing your conversion rate data and improving it. And I'll go over several others as we go along. But the next thing I wanted to show was how to kind of take a look at the ads that you are running to see how they're performing. Again, you could click on the ads tab here while drilled down into all campaigns, or maybe one specific campaign if you'd rather do that. We can sort by clicks to see the ones that have gotten the most amount of clicks, and then start to click on the ads to see what pages are actually being used. And you'll be able to see which landing pages are being used and performing the best as well with this report. And again, you could look at the conversion rates for your ads. You can look at the conversion cost, the cost per converted click, which is essentially how much you have to pay before you generate a lead, which is a phone call or a form submission, or in some cases, if you're tracking the cost per transaction for e-commerce website owners, you can look at the way the ads are performing from that, using that metric. So these are some of the things that you can do within the AdWords account. Another thing that you can do, instead of hovering over the ads tab, is you can go over to dimensions and take a look at, let's just say, one campaign here. Actually, let's go back to all campaigns and take a look at the one with the most amount of clicks, which is the Brooklyn one. Let's go to dimensions, and what we can do here is start to look at the campaigns with the destination URLs broken down here. We can go to all campaigns. Let's see here, view destination URL. Oh, I'm sorry though. So Google recently switched over to final URL instead of destination URL. So that's why it wasn't showing. The final URL is basically the page that you're directing all your traffic to and how it's performing. You can add some columns here if you want, but it is somewhat limited. That's just another way to look at the landing pages. You can also use the ads report that we just went over. But if you go in the dimensions and click on the view button here, there are several other things that you can look at, such as geographic information, like where your visitors are coming from. So for each campaign, you can kind of check to see if your visitors are coming from the places that you want them to. So this Manhattan campaign, you should see nothing but, Manhattan sending traffic. There are some other locations here which maybe you want to add as an excluded location to ensure you're getting the right type of traffic to the right campaigns. And again, you have conversion rate data here, which you can sort by. You can sort by conversion rate to see the cities that are getting you the best conversion rates and things like that if you're analyzing it from the entire account view. So that's one thing, again, to look into, conversion data from several different angles, from the geographic angle, the landing page angle, the ad angle, keyword angle, you name it. You can apply conversion rates to it and see what's performing better in certain areas and what's not performing as well compared to other things that you're doing. Another thing that you can do inside of Google AdWords is take a look at your ad extensions. If you have ad extensions, which you absolutely should, such as a location extension, which is your Google Maps listing that you've created, hopefully, and synchronized as a location extension to show you have an address to local users, you can see how many clicks it's getting and the click-through rate, the number of converted clicks coming from your ad extension that's a location. Or if you have phone call number extensions, you can see how many times they're getting clicked on and what the conversion rate of those clicks are. So another great thing to be able to analyze here, your site link extensions as well, if you have additional links with your ads to kind of see how many clicks they're getting. These are all great things that you can use to make educated decisions on how to improve your overall account's performance. So I want to go back to the overview here of all campaigns on the campaign level, and also show you that you can see the average position, which is a great metric to look at. So let's say you're shooting for the top 2 spots for everything, which I believe in this case is the case for this account. You can make sure that if there are some campaigns with a higher than 2 position, like this one that's 2.2, you can maybe start to increase the bids within that account, within that campaign a little bit, say by raising the bid to $4.50. As right now I can see the bid is $4 for each one. So these are some of the things that you can do if you're using a manual bid strategy instead of an automated bid strategy, such as targeting the first 2 spots at the top of page 1, which is an automated strategy that I like to rely on heavily. So that's another thing, the average position. Again, you can modify columns to add as many different columns to this table as you want, and there's a lot of them. A really good one to use is the competitive metrics category search impression share, which basically tells you how much of the share, being the total number of searches taking place for these keywords, what percentage are you showing up for? So it's essentially like the market share of a keyword's view share by this many search engine users out there. So you can look at this from an ad group level, a campaign level, and kind of start to really see if you're getting the maximum amount of coverage for that campaign or keyword or ad group. It's another one that I just added here. So lots of great things that you can use here. One other thing I wanted to show, which is really great that not too many people know about, is using an email list to import as an audience for your search or even your display campaigns. You can go to your shared library here, click on audiences, and it's a relatively new feature, but you can put a customer email audience list for remarketing here. And basically, you just need a spreadsheet with customer emails. And that's something that I just wanted to end this video with, is kind of like a little hidden Easter egg tip of the day. If you have a nice list of emails, say customer contacts over the years that you want to maybe show some ads to while they're inside of their Gmail account, that is one way to get your ads to show in a Gmail interface. And you could also choose to market on the display network on the other websites that allow advertising space. If they are logged into their Google account while surfing their web with Google Chrome, you'll actually be able to show ads to those specific audience members, which is a great way to get the most out of your AdWords account on the display side. I hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of how to analyze your AdWords data to make educated decisions so that you can improve your performance going forward. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Sergio. Until next time.